It's Wednesday. It's a good day to have a good day. Hi, everyone. My name's Cece Ray. Thank you for joining me. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Brandi Glanville and Caroline Manzo. Kissed? Really? Are we sure about that? Before we get into it, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and now let's break the dish. Hello, everyone, and we have a lot to talk about. We are talking about Brandi Glanville and Caroline Manzo. They were part of the cast that were filming in Morocco for the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, and things went down, and they didn't go down well. At first, we heard that there was a physical altercation involved, but as the weekend came through, we heard that Brandi kissed Caroline Manzo. My gosh. I hope that's on camera. That's all I can say. I hope that's on camera. However, I'm getting this from News 84 Media that said People has confirmed that Brandi Glanville and Caroline Manzo did in fact exit the 4th season of the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip early. 3 sources have told the news outlet that while the ladies were filming in Morocco last week, Brandi kissed Caroline multiple times without her consent. It was unwanted, a source told People, and Caroline's distress over the matter did not seem to stop Brandi. Things escalated and physical boundaries were allegedly crossed that Caroline felt were serious and uncomfortable. Yikes. After the incident, producers allegedly reported what happened to the higher-ups. Filming continued that night and into the next morning, and when Brandi became aware of Caroline's feelings, she apologized via text. But the damage was already done. A decision was made to remove Brandi from the trip early. Brandi's behavior was inappropriate, one of the sources said, so she was asked to leave, unbeknownst to Caroline. Caroline also decided she didn't want to film anymore, so she exited the show later that night. She needed to process this outside of the reality TV environment. Now, the alumni, like I said, the cast includes Vicky, Eva, Phaedra, Camille, Alex McCord, who we haven't seen for quite some time, Gretchen Rossi. But all the co-stars as well as producers were allegedly supportive of her decision to leave early. Filming continued on the series and wrapped on January 28th. However, Zach Peters on YouTube, Zach Peters Unfiltered on YouTube, if you have a chance to check him out, make sure you do. I adore him. I love listening to him. His sources are saying that Brandi had to be taken out and put into a different hotel altogether. And yes, she finally did. She was asked to leave. And Caroline left as well, but the ladies, what his sources are saying, were kind of on Brandi's side. So I have a feeling that might be why Caroline left early. She didn't feel supported. Possibly. Now this is all, rumors and sources. But that's what he's reporting. Now also they are doing an investigation. So here we go. Now, we all know how Brandi is. Listen, she is beautiful. She's talented. She's completely outspoken. She's definitely unfiltered. She doesn't sugarcoat it when she tells you something. And that kind of rubs people the wrong way sometimes. But this is how she's made her mark in television. And she's done a good job at it. She now has a podcast that is extremely successful. And like I said, she's really good at what she does. However, I really thought her being asked to go on this girls' trip again, especially after she just did season 2 of the Ultimate Girls Trip, that maybe this was maybe like her gateway, her opening to get that diamond, possibly. To be a contender for it again. I'm not sure that's going to happen now. Just not sure, Brandi. What have you done this time? And we know Caroline Manzo. She hasn't been filming for years. I mean, Brandi's done multiple television shows. I mean, she just did Trader, which, by the way, if you get a chance to see Traders, it is phenomenal. I'm not going to give anything away, but it is so good. And Caroline really hasn't done that much. I mean, you know, she started a cooking adventure on YouTube, and I think she still might be on the radio. She was on the air for a while there. But she hasn't filmed at all any real reality television. So I was kind of excited to see her on this. I kind of thought maybe this might be the opening for her as well to return back to the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now, we know that Bravo has asked her several times, and it always comes down to money. She feels as though she's worth more than what Bravo is asking. Possibly. She might be right about that. I mean, she has a huge fan base. She is the matriarch. She is the matriarch. And to think that she hasn't filmed all these years and people still love her and adore her. And I do too. I love Caroline because she's real. She doesn't put any airs on. She's not fake. She's real. And I think people can really relate to her. You know, I kind of thought maybe if they got rid of somebody at the Real Housewives of New Jersey who makes a lot of money over there. I'm not saying who, just someone. And brought her in their place. I think that would be awesome. Just saying, just my opinion. However, we do know about Caroline Manzo. You know, she keeps everything to the vest. She's old school. She's family oriented. Yep, she's the kind of person that'll tell you how it is too without sugarcoating it. She just does it in a different way. And you couldn't get more polar opposites than these two. I kind of thought, though, when I heard the casting, that even though they're opposites, I thought maybe she would get a giggle out of Brandi, almost take her under her wing a little bit, you know, mother her a little bit, even though I know Brandi doesn't like that, but, you know. But we also know that when Brandi gets a couple drinks in her, we know how she can be. And sometimes she takes it a little too far. We've seen that where she's thrown a drink in Eileen Davidson's face. She slapped Lisa Vanderpump. And she was joking. That's what she said. It was a joke. I was joking. I was just in the moment. But neither one of them thought so. And this is where she takes it a little too far. She crosses that boundary. And some people just don't want that. They're not accepting to it. And I think Caroline Manzo is one of them. I mean, we know what happened on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills when she crossed the boundary. She's no longer on it anymore. And now she's been taken off this show early. Now, When it comes to Caroline, I mean, I'm sure that if that is true and she was trying to kiss Caroline without her knowledge or, the okay, which I can't imagine Caroline would, that's probably shocking. I mean, Caroline's old school. You don't do that. That's how she feels. You don't act that way. You don't put your boobs out for everybody to see. Put those things back in. That's how Caroline is. Now, did the ladies support Caroline, or did they think maybe Caroline blew it a little bit out of proportion? Well, half these ladies on here know Brandi. Most of them actually know Brandi well. And they know how Brandi's behavior is. And they know how she is when she drinks too. And so I think that, they're used to her. They almost give her a pass because they're like, oh, that's just Brandi. But Caroline does not know her. And Caroline is not that one to give a pass. She's just not. And Caroline leaving early, is it because the ladies weren't really rallying around her and thought she blew it out of proportion, and they were just kind of saying, oh, that's just the way Brandi is. She didn't mean any harm by it. Possibly. Or she wanted to go home because that's where she feels most grounded, is with her family. Because she's a family girl. We all know it. And on Instagram recently, this just a day, I think yesterday, she posted a picture of her with her daughter and granddaughter. There you go. She's happy again. She's with her family. And Brandi also posted with a camel behind her, and that said, I believe I translated good night Morocco and thank you. I believe that's what it said. So what are you going to do? This is what's going on now. This is what's out there. Now, mind you, we're not going to see any of this for quite some time. I mean, season 3 of The Ultimate Girls Trip, they filmed that last year. It still hasn't come out yet. I don't even know when that's coming out. I haven't heard anything. During BravoCon, we saw the trailer, but, well, I didn't see the trailer, but I know that I saw it on television, just like everybody else did a rewind if they weren't there. But when is it going to come out? I don't know. So we're not going to find out about this for quite some time. We're not going to see it because I'm assuming everything happened on camera. We're not going to see it maybe till fall or this time next year. Who knows? But what I do know from what the sources are saying is that it is under investigation. And that's huge when it goes under investigation. That means something happened that warranted it to be under investigation. And you also have to remember that pretty much the definition of sexual harassment is anything that makes somebody feel uncomfortable. Verbal, physical, So is Caroline Manzo thinking about taking this a little bit further? I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I'm just saying. But when it's under investigation, I'm sure that they're looking at the footage and they talk to all the other housewives and they talk to Brandi and they talk to Caroline. So I don't know. Brandi might not get that diamond. And we might not see a return of Caroline on The Real Housewives of New Jersey either. And I'm disappointed in both because I really wanted to see both of them on their original shows because they're outstanding. But just don't listen to me. I mean, I've been rattling on here. I would love to hear what your thoughts are, your comments. Comment down below. I would love to hear what you have to say. Let's start this discussion. And before you do, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That's for sure. Also, remember that after this week on future episodes, for more tea, for more shade, for more deep dives, and to see the entirety of some of the shows here at Break the Dish, make sure you go over to Patreon. patreon.com/breakthedish. That's where you will find it. We're going to have a good time over there. I'm looking so forward to it. And I love to have you there. So, this is what happens when you break the dish.